Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Freelancer on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. And in this episode, we are going to be docking back on planet Manhattan because, yeah, we have reason to go there. Juni wants to speak to us again.
So we've gone from a harbor on the sea to a harbor in space.
I mean, the Pittsburgh docking station wasn't really a harbor since it was primarily a mining planet, so.
Pittsburgh is a landlocked town. Away!
Don't worry, we'll never actually get to explore all the buildings in here. It's just a pretty backdrop.
Avalon. The Storyteller. Call 1-800. Let's have a good time.
First, before we go meet up with Judy, let's go and repair our stuff and equip the derail that we got, since we actually have a slot for it.
I saw that wrench icon. The wrench icon is the universal symbol of, hey, things break down.
And
Let's
then
fix them.
Into the dealer shop. We want to sell one of our advanced star beams. Well, we also want to get rid of this turret and the javelin missile. The missile launchers are actually really powerful, but they require ammo, so I don't bother actually using them. I will be keeping the countermeasure dropper simply because having it is quite nice. I'm not going to bother to actually, fuel it though. As annotations was mentioned, the derail is more or less just a slightly better star beam.
Hey, you have hair, and it looks like a texture. Yeah? Well, you have hair, and it looks like a texture.
But the more important texture on us is actually our leather jacket, so there.
My locks of hair have no animation whatsoever. Talk
Any
to
info?
Juni?
No info, just rumors, okay? Hey, Juni.
Junko Zane.
Hey, King.
Now that we're all here, the LSF has an important mission for you. Are you interested?
What is a bar unless someone is having a refreshing ice-cold drink of God knows what?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, here are the details. The LSF
So,
got
despite the
one
fact that we
small
got a bunch of the details on the text briefing, Juni is going to go over them for us, which is nice of her, mostly so that we actually have narrative.
Well, yeah, let's put some life into this game, for God's sake. I mean, these characters have faces for a reason.
Mostly so that we can, pretend that they have faces behind the starfighter helmets.
Finish, please?
I mean, I'm noticing the little sophisticated like raise of the eyebrow. So there's some expressiveness on these character models,
yes,
which is nice.
Through the Colorado.
There should be. I mean, for human characters should look human.
I mean, everyone's arms are a bit odd, but
So be careful. I'm uploading the
and everybody's head looked like they were packed in a cylinder, and then you pull the cylinder off, but the shape of the head was still in the shape of the cylinder.
Tell him about the bonus. What about the bonus?
I'm a bartender. Gotta clean my bar. Wipe, wipe, wipe.
Once you deliver Ashcroft.
Really?
Really.
Trent, I got a pit stop to make. I'll see you in space.
thanks,
Came
King.
here looking for this girl. Seen her?
So, after this mission, we will be officially done with tutorial land, as we will be able to fly across the rest of the Liberty systems. But
Spark
first,
plugs.
more cutscenes.
Get your spark plugs here.
Lonigan, is that you? When did they release you from medical?
You think you're safe, but you're not.
What are you talking about?
What do you think happened on Freeport 7?
It got bombed by a
What do
terrorist
you
attack.
think happened?
My ore ship and then my million credits that by
They
the
took
way,
my money. They took my car.
No. We had a deal.
A deal that died with the station. Oh, that all seems so long ago now. Doesn't matter anyway.
It happened like maybe a week ago in universe, or a solar week, if you will.
This person was placed in medical for psychiatric reasons.
But I'm smart. I escaped from medical.
Wait, you what? You escaped?
Had
I
to.
broke out.
They came for
The
me,
doctors, they were trying to take apart my brain.
I saw what did this to us. To me. There were these ships, but they weren't there. They weren't.
This guy
flying.
sounds
You're
like
not
he
making
did
sense.
voices for Grand Theft Auto
You
series.
don't understand.
Again, there's a
You know
lot of
now,
famous
I'm not
voice
safe
actors
here
in this
anymore.
game.
None of us are. Trent, we gotta
I believe it.
I-
Hey, wait, Lonigan!
Freeze, dirtbag. Boing. Oh, they got me.
Ow!
And now we have to escape from medical.
Thankfully, no.
Hey. Hey, wake up!
Disorientation
Ouch.
montage.
You look terrible. Are you all right? I don't know.
See, some people kick them when they're on the ground. This lady will slap you.
My chest. Where's Lonigan?
Lonigan? Who's Lonigan?
They must have taken him.
Trent, pull yourself together. Remember Ashcroft and the mission.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Come on, Trent.
Oh yeah, Laura Croft, of course.
Sure you're up for this?
I'll be fine.
Then I'll...
Get a hold
that's
of
right.
yourself.
Her middle name was Ashcroft, wasn't it?
Huh?
Huh. That's a reference I didn't actually catch. Thanks, Mr. Cloud.
Oh, you're welcome. Totally by accident, by the way.
Oh, look, a rock.
A very powerful rock.
Yes, purple is the color of mystery in this game.
Ah, this cigarette is damn good.
Which is why we're gonna throw away the rest of it.
Smoking kills. And then it explodes.
It doesn't explode.
Yeah, did the fade to
Yeah,
black right
that
before it
guy,
blew up.
despite the fact that we just spent nearly a full minute of the cutscene on him, is not actually that important. He will come. He will come back in the next major story event that's going to happen. But you know, he's here for like 2 scenes and that's it. Technically 2.5.
I was starting to wonder.
Annotations,
if you were really
Gerda.
okay.
He, H-E apostrophe S is the contraction of he is, not he has.
Fine. Good. So what was going on down
You have
there?
to say the whole verb if you're using the verb to have.
I met him on Freeport 7. We just signed a deal when the station was attacked. He was injured and has been in medical ever since. I've been waiting for him to recover to get my money back.
And unfortunately, Trent is never going to
What
get
did he
those 1
say?
million credits.
Nothing about the money. He said he escaped from medical and that people were after him.
I mean, 1 million credits in this game would be very nice, but we wouldn't be able to spend it until almost the end of the game, to be perfectly honest.
I'm never getting paid.
That would really suck if you had just a bunch of money in your in-game wallet, but you didn't even have enough stuff to spend it on. Which thankfully is not a problem you run to very frequently in games.
Flight path takes us right past Fort Bush and straight onto the Colorado gate. You first, Trent.
Docking with the Fort Bush trade gate. So yeah, as I've already mentioned, a majority of this game's narrative is centered around the intrigue that happened with the bombing of Freeport 7. However, it gets a bit confused during the mid parts of the game as Freeport 7 just becomes a starting incident, and we're not actually trying to figure out what actually happened to it. Anyway, as mentioned in the previous mission briefing, we are going to the Colorado system.
Colorado gate. Let's go.
Going to the Rockies.
I'm trying to think. I think we have a planet Denver, but I don't remember what else is actually in the Colorado system. There are a bunch of military bases there, though.
Almost there.
And
Mission sequence completed.
Yay.
Jump initiated. Ever
And
since
that's
the
when I
attack on
jump,
Juni,
jump,
he has moved
da
many
da
battleships to all jump
da
gates.
da da da
You gotta
da
jump.
da da
Systems being
da.
scanned.
Alright, so, this is the USS Battleship Unity, and it is scanning us in order to make sure that we are not smuggling shit.
Unity, this is Patrol Gamma 6 on special LSF assignment. Requesting permission to jump to Colorado. Over.
Patrol Gamma 6, you're clear to proceed. Over.
Roger
Thanks,
that.
Unity.
Gamma 6 out. That wasn't too bad. Let's go.
How many jump gates do we have to go through before we actually are done jumping?
Just this one. Because the other jumps weren't jumps, Mr. Cloud. They were trade lanes.
Well, fucking, like, how about we just skip the trade? How about when the cutscene is over and the characters are done talking to each other, that all we have to do is just go through the one jump gate?
Because the jump gate's on the other side of the fucking system.
So let me get this straight. This is more of a map than a menu.
Yes, this is more map than menu. Most certainly more. You can actually fly in Dead Space if you want. There's not really all that much to find out there in each of the grids, but there is derelict and abandoned ships if you're willing to look up the guides on how to find them, because you really should not scan each of these environments grid by grid. It's not worth it.
Right, because the reason why you can just travel freely through space is because the game doesn't have to animate a lot of stuff. All it's doing is just changing the scenery. There are no objects. There's nothing to interact with.
There's lots of stuff to interact with in these debris fields.
Well, yeah, if you hover your cursor over the thing so that the game will identify the thing that you're selecting.
Good. Cut your engines. We'll wait here.
All right. So now we are performing security detail for the LSF.
Boring. I want to shoot stuff.
We will get to shoot stuff in a moment, Mr. Cloud.
Trent, stay sharp.
This is actually
Start
really important for me to
nearby
know,
ships.
because this allows me to actually this will actually allow me to see what kind of weapons are available either in this system or in general. You know, figure out what kind of weapon systems and loadouts my opponents are running. See, Justice Mark IIs.
So all you're doing with the scanning systems is just figuring out what is your opponent's weakness,
and figuring out what they're trying to ship. Because this particular person is shipping shipping illegal artifacts. So
cut your engines.
So you have some choices here.
No, you do not. You have to engage in combat with him.
Oh. So I was thinking of one advantage of having a scanner system was so if you could tell, like in the Borderlands sense, if your opponent was too powerful for you to fight properly.
That is not actually a thing that the game will ever actually do for us, sadly. Mostly because, although you can definitely see what kind of weapon system and shield systems your opponents have, that doesn't actually tell you how much more powerful they are over you, unless you actually have a lot of outside knowledge.
You can't have a fire in space if there's no oxygen.
I'm really gonna have your butt.
What?
I'm gonna have your butt. I'm gonna take your butt and cut it off and put it on a plate. I'm gonna send you a letter that says, I have your butt now.
Harassment and wanton destruction of my property.
I mean, it's not wanted destruction.
Ashcroft broke through our forces at Pueblo. We've lost contact with the station.
Remember, we're just weakening them. Do not kill them.
Acknowledged. We're on our way.
Off to Pueblo.
Game saved. Because I'm proud to be an American where they speak Spanish to the South.
Alright. Be safe, everybody. In the next episode, we will actually deal with Ashcroft. Supposedly.